The mansion was quiet that morning, the kind of quiet that made every sound louder. Keisha, the young maid with tired eyes and fast hands, walked through the long hallway with her feather duster. She worked in that huge place for 6 months, and nothing ever surprised her anymore. Rich people were strange, but predictable, cold, but loud, always talking about money, never about people. But today felt different. Something in the air felt heavy, almost waiting for her. Keisha moved from one golden frame to another, cleaning old portraits of Mr. Landon's powerful family. She didn't look at them much, she didn't care, until her eyes froze on a new portrait that wasn't there yesterday. Her hand stopped, her chest tightened, her mouth slowly opened, but no sound came out, because the boy in the portrait, she knew him, not from TV, not from news, not from any story. She knew him from her childhood, the same soft eyes, the same warm smile, the same tiny scar above his eyebrow, the one he got when he saved her from falling off a broken fence. Keisha stepped back, trembling. No way, that's him, she whispered. That's Jayden from my house. Her mother had adopted him when she was 10. He was quiet, sweet, always protecting her. Then one night, he disappeared. Her mom said he found a new home, but she never believed it. He wouldn't leave without saying goodbye. He wouldn't leave her. And now here he was, smiling from a rich man's wall. Keisha's heart pounded. Her breath shook. What is he doing in this house? What happened to him after he left? Why won't my mom talk about him? Footsteps echoed behind her. She jumped. The old butler stood there, tall, stiff, and watching her too closely. You are taking too long, he said. Keisha pointed at the portrait with a shaking hand. Who is this boy? His eyes narrowed just a little. The boss will explain when the time is right. Do not ask questions you are not ready for. That answer only scared her more. But I know him, she whispered. The butler's face changed just for a second, like he realized something dangerous. He stepped closer and lowered his voice. You should forget that face, Keisha, for your own safety. But she couldn't. She couldn't breathe right. Every memory of Jayden came rushing back. Before she could think, Mr. Landon, the billionaire she worked for, entered the hallway. Tall, sharp suit, cold eyes. A man who never looked nervous. But when he saw Keisha standing in front of that portrait, his face went pale. Something cracked inside her, and she shouted with all the fear inside her chest. Boss, my mom adopted that boy. He grew up with me. WHYY is his picture here. Everyone froze. The air turned ice cold, even the lights flickered, like the house itself got scared. Mr. Landon walked toward her slowly and whispered, You were never, ever, supposed to see that portrait. Keisha felt her knees weaken. Something was terribly wrong in this house. And every person around her already knew the truth, except her. The hallway felt colder after Mr. Landon's words. Keisha stood frozen, her heart beating in her throat. She had shouted without thinking, but now every muscle in her body wanted to run. Mr. Landon lowered his gaze and said quietly, Follow me, Keisha. Alone. The staff watched with wide eyes. Some even stepped back like they didn't want to be near her, like just knowing that boy was dangerous. Keisha followed Mr. Landon down a long hallway she had never entered before. The walls here were cleaner, newer, almost like this part of the house belonged to a different world. Mr. Landon opened a heavy wooden door and led her inside. It was a small office, one window, one desk, one locked cabinet. He closed the door behind them. Sit. Keisha didn't sit. She crossed her arms. Where is Jayden? Why is he in your house? Mr. Landon sighed, not angry, not annoyed, but tired. You knew him when he was a child, but you never knew who he really was. Keisha frowned. He was just a quiet boy. My mom adopted him. That's it. No, Mr. Landon whispered. Your mother didn't adopt him. She was hiding him. The room felt like it tilted. Hiding him. From who? Mr. Landon rubbed his forehead and looked away. From the people who were hunting him. From the people who wanted what he carried. Keisha blinked fast. What did he carry? He had nothing. Mr. Landon gave a small, sad smile. Jayden was not normal. He was the only son of a man who owned something powerful. Something people kill for. Keisha shook her head. You're lying. Jayden was just a kid who liked drawing and playing hide-and-seek, and that's why your mother was chosen. Mr. Landon said softly. A normal woman in a normal neighborhood. No one would think to search there. Keisha stepped back. She didn't want this story. She didn't want this truth. Where is he now? She whispered. That, Mr. Landon said, is the part you must not know. Before she could argue, someone knocked hard on the door. The butler stepped in. Face tense. Sir, we have a problem. Mr. Landon straightened. What problem? The security cameras picked up movement. In the locked wing, Keisha's skin crawled. The locked wing was the one area she was told never to enter. Rumors said the door had 3 codes. Rumors said Mr. Landon kept something or someone inside. The butler's eyes slid to Keisha for a second. She shouldn't be here while this is happening. Mr. Landon ignored him. He turned to Keisha and said, Go to your room. Now. Do not step outside. Do not ask anyone anything. But Keisha didn't move. She looked him dead in the eyes and said, If Jayden is alive in this house, I'm not leaving. The butler whispered sharply, Girl, you have no idea what danger you're walking into. A loud alarm suddenly echoed through the mansion. Not a fire alarm, a warning alarm. Something or someone had escaped the locked wing. And deep in her heart, Keisha knew. It was connected to Jayden. The alarm kept echoing through the mansion, flashing red lights across every wall. Keisha felt her heartbeat jump with each sound. Mr. Landon rushed out of the office with the butler, leaving her behind. At least that was what they thought she would do. But Keisha was done listening, done being scared, done being kept in the dark. If Jayden was alive, if he was somewhere in that locked wing, then she needed to see him, needed to know the truth with her own eyes. She followed the echo of footsteps until she reached the forbidden hallway. 2 security guards ran past her, not even noticing the maid hiding behind a pillar. When they disappeared, she walked toward the heavy metal door at the end, the one nobody was allowed to touch. But today, the door was open. Cold air hit her face as she stepped inside. The room was dark, windows sealed. A single flickering light revealed smashed equipment, broken glass, and metal straps torn apart like someone fought their way out. Her stomach twisted. Something bad happened here. Something painful. A soft noise came from the corner, almost like breathing. Keisha swallowed hard and walked slowly toward it. "Hello," she whispered. A shadow moved. She froze. Then a figure stepped into the weak light. Tall, thin, shaking, dirty clothes, bruised arms, eyes she knew too well. Jayden. The same boy she grew up with, but older now. Harder, haunted, and scared. "Keisha," he whispered, voice cracking like he hadn't spoken in days. Tears filled her eyes instantly. "Jayden. Oh my God, it's you. It's really you." He stepped closer, but flinched when he heard footsteps behind them. "Keisha, you shouldn't be here. They'll take you too." She shook her head. "I'm not leaving you. Not again." Jayden looked down, breathing heavily. "I didn't run away from you. They took me because of what I am." Keisha grabbed his hand. "I don't care what you are. You're my family." He squeezed her hand like he had been waiting years to hear those words. Before they could move, Mr. Landon entered the room slowly, hands raised, trying not to scare Jayden. "Jayden, listen to me. You're not in danger. The people who hunted youth, they found my location. That's why we kept you hidden. That's why we moved you here." Jayden tensed. "You locked me up to keep you alive," Mr. Landon said. "Your father trusted me before he died. He said, 'Protect my boy.' And I did. The only way I knew." Keisha looked between them, shocked. Mr. Landon wasn't the villain then. Who was? Jayden stepped closer to Keisha like she was the only safe thing in the world. "I escaped because I saw her in the cameras," he whispered. "I recognized her. I needed to see her, to make sure she still remembered me." Keisha wiped her tears. "I never forgot you." A loud crash shook the hallway. Security shouted. Someone else was inside the mansion. Someone hunting Jayden for the power he carried. Bide. Mr. Landon turned toward the door. "It's too late. They found us." Jayden looked at Keisha, fear in his eyes. This time he whispered, "Whatever happens, don't let them take me away from you again." And Keisha held his hand tighter, ready to face whatever darkness was coming. Together,